What's going on, TubeYube? Welcome back to the Plot Coalition YouTube channel. Today we are going to be getting into some ship animations, which should be pretty fun, pretty good time. So I'll probably work on this for a little bit, and then we will probably move into some Helldivers gameplay, and then I might record a video for the weekend. So that's kind of the plan. We are going to be animating some ships today for a couple of standout shots that I have for some of the other bits that I'm working on. And then over the next few days, I'll be capturing more motion capture and getting other Unreal Engine projects put together to continue the progress. So it's coming along well, and it is looking good. Welcome, everybody hopping in the stream. Really good to be seeing ya. Alright, we're gonna get right into this. Let me throw up my camera. Let me get the fish cam all tuned up. He had his light on. Bright light. And it turned off. There we go. And we'll get him some food so he comes up and says hello to everybody. Alright. Yeah, thank you. I'm very excited. It just reached 200,000 views, which is crazy. That is the highest viewed video on the channel by far. It officially makes it having more than doubled our previous highest viewed video, which is super cool. What's the chat levels at? Giovanni is at 150. Thud is at level 55. I'm at level 93, I believe. I think that's what I'm up to. Alright. Here's what we are going to do first. I'm going to take off this helmet because my glasses fogged up super fast in here. So I'm going to pop that off before we keep working. But for anybody who hasn't seen it, any new folks, this is the Helldivers helmet that I built. And it has a whole cosplay that goes with it. But it's a lot to get all on. And sometimes I like to wear the helmet for streams. But a little bit of a rush. But it's all good. All right. Yes, I know it's treason. I know. All right. Let's see here. We're going to get into setting this up. So what I need to do, I would keep it on. It was getting tough to breathe a little bit in there. And sometimes it just makes me feel claustrophobic. And I was like, no, I'm gonna have a wee freak out if I don't take it off. So I'm going to take it off for now. All right, so I have been working on a scene. I'll actually show you, give you a little bit of behind the scenes look. Thank you, Giovanni. Did you build powered venting in the helmet for ventilation and stuff? Not ventilation necessarily. So it's got like the printed vents, and I wanted to put like actually cut these open to create more ventilation, but I never really got around to it. But I did put a good amount of padding on the inside. You can't really see it on here, but it's enough like where I can wear my glasses, and usually like if I'm in a more calm state, it doesn't fog up at all. But I think just because I was rushing to get on stream, it was a little bit tougher. But yeah, it usually doesn't fog up. It's usually actually pretty good about not fogging up, and I do have like a little slit on the sides to help prevent it from doing so. But I think I was just like in a rush, got everything on, and then I was like, ugh, and then it fogged up on me. Hey, what's up, Nick Gamer? Welcome to the stream. All right, so I'll show you a little bit of what we've been working on. So we're in a level that is basically any map that happens in the Super Destroyers. So I'll pop open. We have this hangar scene, which is inside of... Oh, and we lost it. Let's try and restart that. But it's a scene... is give 'em hell divers gonna be a line? No, that one won't won't make it. It's not gonna be. That's one of my favorite comments on the video. Is the somebody was like, and then the Rock turns around and he goes, "Give 'em hell, divers." Or somebody says, "Give 'em hell, divers," and then the Rock turns around and says, "Wait, say that again." That was one of my favorite comments in the video. It made me chuckle. But that would be... I hope they do the real movie script well. Who knows? Hopefully we're making a little bit of a blueprint for them. But so this is the scene that I've kind of been working on for the last week. We worked on it a little bit last week on stream, but I was able to do more for it. So there were a couple of extra shots that I got done, including like there's this nice shot of the flaps, kind of getting set. And then there's this one. I think this is the hose disconnecting. Yep. So we have a physically set up hose. So it simulates every time it plays, but so that looks nice. Which this animation was literally, I animated the hose doing the motion first, and then I just attached the guy's arms and moved his body, like, kind of with it. So you can even see, like, there's a little bit in that last little bit there where he kind of, like, goes down. But it's convincing. It's convincing. It 110% works. I've never been happy with the design of Eagles. They don't have a thruster on the bottom, do they? Not good for a space-worthy ship. Well, it's supposed to be a stealth aircraft. So it doesn't have thrusters in the bottom. It has them in the back, and then it kind of has this, like, fin that I would assume is there to, like, steer it more accurately. Because of, you know, it's got, like, kind of this dragster ship design to it, which in itself is pretty cool. It's got a cool look. So then there's this other one of the thruster, you know, kind of boosting on. Then there will be, you know, way more camera shake and thrust built onto that. And then there are just a few of these other ones. So there's this one, the ship kind of taxiing in, workers running past. Cool look to it. And then we have the shots of Eagle that we did last week, which I might turn it up. I'll try to boot it up. So this is a shot that we worked on last week. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Hey, it did it. Nice. So this is a shot we worked on last week. I cleaned it up a little bit since then. Cleaned it up, changed out some of the lighting on it. Turned out pretty decent. And then there's an entire sequence, which I'll show off here. Wait for it to load up. I'll mute the audio just to avoid any spoilers in this scene. But one of the cool things with this is just how much better it looks, facial animation and everything wise, as compared to what would be comparable would be our New Frontiers series. The Red Dead film is a little bit different because the Room 24, the Red Dead Redemption film, was full performance capture. So there was no real facial animation or anything. There was, but it was like literally the actors. They were in a mocap suit. They had like the iPhone, like you just use this iPhone 12, they had that recording their facial performance. So that was all like, 100% their performance. So it was a little bit different than this. She kind of floats up there at the end because it's just me actually standing up. Whereas this is like it's all the facial animation in the body animation. It's all happening secondary to their performances. So it all has to be. I usually do the mocap in a mocap suit, and I try to best replicate the face, but then I have to go in and adjust the face to match up with them more. So like right here, like the way that her eyebrows and everything move here, and that little laugh and everything, like that is all stuff that I have to go in and add the animation to. And then it's like, similar thing like right here, putting the helmet on, and all that jazz. That all needs to be stuff that I'm, kind of redoing by hand. All the animation of the fingers and the hands, I'm doing that with no mocap data. That's all done by hand. So every time that the fingers lift up and everything right here, that's all hand animation, combined with some of that body mocap, which all has to be redone. And then same thing with the face. But to kind of show, I want to show like what contrastly what it looks like. Are you almost done with it? Just wondering. So we are working through it. So I'm planning on putting out a video about this weekend because there's a lot of questions I've been getting that I'd love to answer. In addition, so we dropped the teaser, which was really the only thing that we wanted to put out and be like, here's like, here I'll go to my full camera real quick. So we put out the teaser, and that was the only thing we were really putting on a deadline because we wanted to get it out for the 1 year anniversary of Helldivers 2. The production has been underway since August of 2024. So we've been working on it a ton on the back end, and the entire film already exists as storyboards and animation sheets and everything else. Nope, it's not going to be a paid thing. It's going to be completely free on YouTube because we don't own the Helldivers IP. We just we're just making a fan film about it. No, Arrowhead did not send me an email. But so we put out the teaser trailer, and now we are working on the rest of the film. So what was done in the teaser trailer is like all that exists of the film right now, but there's been so much back-end work to get it to a state where a lot of these scenes can happen very quickly. So we're kind of on track to do about a scene a week. For the remainder of production. Some of those scenes are super duper short and like will take a couple of hours. Like one we might end up doing tonight might just be like a ship just approaching a super destroyer or something like that, and that is written as just one scene in the script. But then there are other scenes that have like almost 200 shots. So those are going to take like 5, 6, 7 weeks. So it really all depends. Where'd the fish cam go? The fish cam is still around. It doesn't like to pull up on here for whatever reason on the main cam. But I wanted to kind of explain this bit. Going back, we'll get fish cam back up. It'll be the greatest thing you ever seen. Yes, we have a full cast of voice actors. Everything is kind of put in. Any word about modding? Not specifically. It would be cool to work with mods, just depending on like what's kind of cool with us working on the project / what's happening with the game. I got to be cautious with it being live service, just in case there's like something with like a mod that like Sony decides to shut down or whatever reason. And maybe it's affiliated with what we're doing over here. Could be an issue. So just trying to, balance that line. I'm trying not to worry about it too much until, we get to something tangible. But I did want to pull up real quick. So just to show like a solid example of how far this has come. So I'm trying to think which one of these episodes had a helmet go on moment. Episode 3 definitely does. So this is a show we produced last year called Titanfall New Frontiers. It is about 19 months in development. I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. There are a lot of things that could be fixed, changed, enhanced about it, and that's what we were doing here. So this is a good example. One, I can even show you like a little bit before this. So this is like what the facial animation looked like in this show. 1 second. It's this character who's going to speak. I do have it on mute right now. But so this is like the level of facial animation, and that's like probably one of the better ones in the show, if I'm being completely honest. And then like this is an example of like putting on a helmet here in a second. It actually doesn't even fully show it, just because so it's like totally just kind of glossed over the fact that the helmet does go on, and then it kind of happens again over here. Like, you know, a helmet comes off right here. So that's the helmet coming off animation. There's tons of clipping and stuff going on in here. Here's some more of that facial animation. You know, could definitely be improved, but this is just what we were working with at the time. And then the helmet going on, there was a lot of this where it was like, hide that action actually happening. Because we've overhauled the animation pipeline and everything, now we're able to do shots like this, which are, you know, like fully interacting with props, showing it all on screen, making it look, you know, pretty convincing, and going in and doing a lot more hand animation, better facial animation. Because even like there's a lot of little things that are happening with the face in here, and this is kind of going just straight up and behind the scenes. I know we haven't even animated anything with ships yet, but like there's just a lot more detail happening with how much her face is moving, how it's interacting, the way she looks up at the helmet before she puts it on, the way she kind of looks down as it goes over her face, and same kind of thing like back here when she's talking. That neck clipping looks weird on that side, but it doesn't look weird in context. But it's just way cleaner than it was even just a year ago when we put out our previous show. So that's just a little bit of an example of how much better it's gotten, but it's also gotten a lot faster. And I know this is like getting into a whole like, what are we doing? How is it different? Blah, blah, blah. But even like, you know, a scene like this, having this much detail, having two characters that are running, you know, metahuman facial animation, and, you know, kind of doing a scene like this would have taken a lot longer just because of what we were working with. Getting all these characters with animation, you know, would have been its own problems. But because we've overhauled the system we're working on, we can work a lot faster at a much higher quality, and it makes things a whole lot better. With that, one more thing I just wanted to maybe take a look at, because one of our animators sent this over, because this is another thing, is we have actual animators working on the project, rather than it just being me, which is kind of nice. So like this is one that like one of our animators just sent over. I haven't even really seen this yet, but that's a shot he's working on. You saw this this guy's shots on the YouTube page. But like being able to give this to him and be like, yeah, you know, work on this, get creative with it, get funky with it, and then he like sends back this, is like, that's fantastic. You know, that's way better than what I could have done, you know, in just a short amount of time. So, that's all really cool stuff that is also happening at the same time. That takes a lot of those complex animations, and have just really people who are more talented than I am working on them, to really sell those moments, so I can focus up on some other things. But even with what we've been working on, just in comparison to where we were a year ago, everything down to the Helldivers walking towards the camera in the trailer, like the four of them. A year ago when we did New Frontiers, there was like a similar shot with like four of the Titans, and it's still a cool shot, but it's way more underwhelming. And then in this one, just like learning the things we learned from that show to make this one is just so many more improvements, and it's just super cool to see how much further it's come. All right, I'm gonna stop yapping about all that, and let's get into animating some shots for tonight. Oh, what's up, Bowden? We just watched one of your animations. We watched it back a little bit. So, did you take any of your fans to voice in this and use their Helldiver model for their character? Honestly, that would be sick. So there was a lot of talk about just kind of how to approach all of that. Let me pull up what my next animation I need to do is, which is this one. Lots of discussion around how we wanted to approach that. There are fans who are involved, and hold on, let me, before I lose track of what I'm thinking. FLHD Super Destroyer exterior, and there was talks about having them submit for like kind of like, oh, this is the armor that I use in the game, and stuff like that, which would be really, really cool. The main problem is anytime we do a different armor set than what's like by default, like anytime we travel outside of like the B01 standard armor, we have to go and create completely separate rigs and setups for those armor sets. And then there are a lot of things that come into question, like how does it affect the viewing experience? And like, if you're somebody who's never played Helldivers, but you're watching this show, which we try to make all our shows very accessible to like anybody watching who might not be familiar with the game. But if there's like all these different characters, they're all wearing different skins. It starts to look, not to compare Helldivers at all, because I don't think this way, but if it looks kind of like Fortnite, just as far as like everybody's in different skins, and it's hard to track like, wait, what does this guy wearing this have to do with that? So by default, a lot of the characters are in the B01, just different variations of it, kind of like what you saw in the trailer. But then like when you get into higher ranking characters, like the veteran character, he has kind of a completely different look. Or even the commander that yells at the cadet when he first gets on the ship, like them being in different armor kind of automatically plants the seed that they're a higher rank. So that kind of helps distinguish that. And then like same thing when it gets into like the Skull Divers, when they show up, kind of their whole demeanor kind of just screams like, guys who have been doing this and around forever. So it's all stuff, that we're considering with it. But so for that reason, there are definitely people who are fans who are part of it, but we weren't able to do the individual armor. That was a very long-winded answer to get to that conclusion. But that's the tea. That's it all out there for you. All right, let's pull in a super destroyer. Oh, look at there. There's a super destroyer, but it don't have any lights. So let's add a directional light. So this is what I'm finding with these shots of the ships specifically. So I had originally done the shots with some stuff like directly in engine, but then I ended up legitimately for feed the fish. The fish has been fed. The fish has been fed. Sometimes I feed him too much. he's kind of a fat boy. But no, with the shots of the Super Destroyer, I actually ended up compositing like all of them. So everything, like the only thing that was actually from the animation was just the model of the ship or the model of the hellpods, and everything else was composited, which I am tempted to just keep doing that for the sake of keeping things running smoothly, because I don't think there's any point in building out an entire environment for the ship when I'm just going to composite and replace everything anyways. So that's the tea on that. So we're going to be kind of focusing on how do we want to initially set this up? Maybe throw in something like fog. If we go into environment light mixer. I mean, even like this, we're getting too much. It's too much. But just enough to kind of show where it's gonna be, and then exporting just what we need or what we want. So here, let's say we're over the planet and we want any of the reflections or the bounce on the ship to be kind of that light blue. We can set that up here, but then every shot is going to have this stuff cut out anyways. Lately I saw that YouTube is infested with AI stop garbage, and so the Pinterest. Yep. Tell me about it. It's been pretty rough. Where's the upgrade? I mean, I can throw more cannons and stuff on here. This is the SES Stallion of the Constitution, which is my in-game ship. So that's what I went with it. Let's see here. Let's find a good. I like having the ship backlit for sure. I'm almost always going to favor backlighting for these. And then I'm gonna just bring in a post-process volume. Just to kind of control our lighting out of the gate, and then we'll start animating some shots, which this first one is of Eagle 1 entering the ship. Maybe we'll boost that up to 12. By the way, do you prefer calling Andrew Wilson CEO and Android Wilson? I don't know. CEO of EA and Ubisoft are weirdos. They're allergic to fun. My brother has been very upset about the recent updates to Apex Legends, and I'm like, it's like the first time meme. Oh, is this your first time? From Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Love that movie. 10 out of 10. Phenomenal movie. Alright, FLHD, scene 08A. Adams. Need to do. So what I'll be curious about is how much further we get in production in the next week, just with some of the stuff that we've worked out now. Over here talking about Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 I don't think is going to happen. I think that is fresh out of luck. And if it does happen, I will play it. But I do not have my hopes up whatsoever. What planet is the trailer set on? The entire film. You get to hear this on stream. The entire planet, or the film. Oh my word! I cannot speak. The film takes place on the planet Shelt. There we go. I got there. Die a hero, then see yourself become the villain. EA and Respawn have already seen themselves become the villain. Honestly. There was... I was really hoping when we made Titanfall New Frontiers, I was like, you know, oh, there's a chance that, like, we put this out, it comes out on the 10-year anniversary of Titanfall 2, and they will also put out like 10 years of Titanfall, even just like a tweet, right? Nothing. They said nothing, they did nothing, nothing came out. And I was like, dang, I was the only person who really did anything for Titanfall 2, and that, or just Titanfall in general. Yeah, there was other like fan stuff happening, obviously, but like the closest thing to anything official happening was what we did, and that's just kind of sad. Yes, on Titanfall 1. I meant like the Titanfall franchise as a whole. Alright, so I kind of see this shot being Eagle 1 approaching the ship. I'm trying to figure out the angle, though. I kind of like this better. I guess the first thing I'm not 100% sure on is would she'd probably fly underneath it and like kind of get taxied up into it, huh? Because there's obviously no entrance to the back. So the FTL fuel goes. And this is the bridge, which makes this section. Those are the cryopods. So she's probably entering. Her and Pelican probably enter like right there. Realistically. I think really it's just a straight line shot. Honestly. Played Diesel Knights. If only the credits didn't roll as soon as you got into the Titan. Oh, did they release a beta for Diesel Knights? I do really appreciate that game and what they're doing. Low key. If I was ever going to turn like Plot Coalition into a business, I would want to do things like make cinematic trailers for stuff like Diesel Knights, where it's just like, you know, indie, small budget games who can't afford $3 million for like a cinematic teaser or whatever. Being able to do stuff for like those game companies, especially when it's quality stuff like Diesel Knights, like that'd be pretty legit. I'd be with that. We're gonna kind of swoop in a little bit. Set these. Smart frames, and then maybe Belt Eagle up a little bit more. Maybe. I don't love it. Unless she's starting already, like nose down. Nose down, delete that keyframe. Then maybe start her further back. Looking better. Maybe delete the X keyframe as well, just so she's straight up. Diving down. That's feeling. I'm pretty sure they just go underneath and park, and then they probably lift into like a ventilated or an airlocked area. I honestly couldn't tell you. What I know about Eagle One is she goes, Eagle One leaving combat zone to resupply. Be back shortly. Stuff like that. Then she disappears. Shouldn't the docking be facing the same way? I would figure she probably gets under there and then. I mean, we're looking at a state of the art piece of flying machinery. From the future. You also just got to think like vibes, you know? What's the vibe? What makes for a cool shot? The rule of cool. That's right. That's right. Which, personally, I think kind of having her go perpendicular to the ship. Perpendicular, right? Yeah, because parallel is side by side. I know some things sometimes. But like if it's somewhere like here, she starts to fly under, then we set up our camera. I'm also like thinking in context of like what am I compositing in here? So like full planet, right? Other super destroyers. Maybe the top of the sun coming over here. That's all stuff that like I'm kind of thinking about. And yeah, we'll change out the name. I'll probably do that on a separate blueprint or in the same blueprint just once I have time to actually set up the lettering and all that. I'll have this tilt a little bit further down. And honestly, Eagle One's looking a little bit large. So we make the ship larger. Which perhaps is not completely one-to-one, but I like to think Eagle 1 and Pelican 1 are just dropped out of the SES into space, like the intro cutscene from Halo 3 mission, The Ark. That's kind of what I imagine as well, is like there's like just kind of like a hangar that they just like kind of let them dump out of, I suppose, out of the bottom of the ship. Kind of like in Star Wars when they bring in the, what do you call it? Actually, probably be more like out over here. Maybe slightly larger. So these bays in the side, I'm pretty sure, are where the cryopods are stored. I think those are cryopods. Unless, like... Because I know exactly what you mean. Because they do kind of look like... I'm thinking of in Revenge of the Sith, when they like kind of crash through those hangar with like the energy shield things on them. That's kind of what it looks like it would be. But in this case, I'm pretty sure just locationally, because you got the bridge right here, and then you got these, which means like this is where you stumble out of at the start of everything, and then like you walk over to here, and then your hell pods are right there. So pretty sure those are where you're in cryostasis. The government's got me on that cryostasis. I'll scale down Eagle 1 as well. Make it a wee bit smaller. She's small. Yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty good for what it needs to be. Yeah. I think he gets defrosted from there, and then as you do your ship upgrades, that's what's on the other side. And actually, the way the ship moves, I mean, I suppose they'd be coming out of the back hangar over here. But, like, you know, obviously we shrunk Eagle down a little bit, and we scaled up the Super Destroyer a little bit. But this is about where she'd be hanging out, is in here. So when you ride the elevator up and up to the bridge and stuff. Actually, now I'm second guessing. Yeah, no, that's the front. That's the front. That's the bridge right there. So we're good. We're good. We're good. Everybody should be dead. Hey, that sounds like you're pointing out a flaw in the structural integrity of a Super Earth commissioned warship, which sounds like treason to me. But all right, so these shots are they're easy enough. You know, it's that going in, and then all of this is going to be chopped out and changed out for a different shot, so we're good there. All right, and now we have to do a different shot. Same scene setup, but now it's going to be Eagle 1 leaving. We defrost new crew after every deployment. That is funny. Well, no, because when they launch, you know, you do the jung 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 jung. So you're in your capsule, and my guess is when you get pushed out, like the top gets covered, and before the floor opens up as you shoot out. I'm sure they figured out something. There's some BS excuse for it. Alright. Did I mark this as C? Yeah, I technically did. Alright, to stay within my naming convention, I must create another folder called FLHD Scene 08C Atoms. And it seems laborious in a scene like this, but when I do the bigger scenes, like those ones with 200 shots, I'll be like, yep, that's why I did it that way. And this shot is 187 frames. And so for this one, we need Eagle and then a Hellpod launching out, which I need to figure out how I want to position that one, because I didn't have anything specifically when I was storyboarding. But I kind of always imagined it in my head as like, let me turn this height fog density down. But I always kind of imagined it. I'll turn it down even more. I don't really want to interfere with the ship a whole lot. But like she leaves the ship and then like a Hellpod comes into view from the ship. But I think the problem with that is, oh, look, here are these extra modules. I don't think those are in the correct place, though. I can't quite tell. But, yeah, like, originally in my head, I was like, oh, it'd be, like, kind of cool to do a shot where, like, she leaves and she's going down, and then, like, it catches a Hellpod going past the camera. Or something. Something to that effect. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, I've been thinking recently, I get compared to Red versus Blue a lot. Which I only watched Red versus Blue when it was still just like the machinima. So like Halo 2 game recordings of that. That's what I remember Red versus Blue as. And that's what I think of whenever somebody compares me to them. And from what I understand is the show changed a whole lot from that style. And I feel like I need to watch all of it to understand what people mean. Oh, this could be an interesting way to do it. So what if she comes out of the ship, right? And we pan down with her. I'm trying to think. It's always so much different when you get into the geometry of the shot. And like, you know, how do you make a Hellpod launch look cooler than it does already in the game? It's kind of impossible. You can really just throw more fire effects at it. That's so interesting because I only remember I've also only ever seen like 3 episodes. Like the first like original 3 episodes I remember coming out, and from season 9 onward. Okay. I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, like it came out and I thought like, yeah, like this is kind of funny, you know? My friends are super into it. I was like, cool, that was a good time. Moving on. And I saw that like I would see that they were still doing it. Like when you hover over the thumbnail or like click into it. It's like, yeah, it's just like kind of the same thing. It's just kind of like some jokes over machinima gameplay. Didn't really think much about it. Then I was making New Frontiers and everybody was like, oh my goodness, he's making the next Red versus Blue. And I was like, what are you talking about? Red versus Blue is like where they make like the, you know, like the don't touch that style jokes. I'm like, but I really want to touch the button. Like it was that kind of humor. and machinima gameplay. And I was like, that's not what I'm making. But now that the Helldivers project is getting compared in the same way, I was like, I feel like I just need to go and watch what Red versus Blue became, because I clearly don't understand it to be what I think it is. Monty was a really special kind of animator. I can definitely appreciate that. I'd be interested to see, you know, what he did, what gives it all the hype it has. Because it does sound like a neat show. It does seem like something I would be into just at the time when it came out. I just remember seeing it and being like, cool. That was a thing. And I moved on. Oh, inverting this is a neat look. All right. Or it could like maybe track out the back of the ship. Like track out as Eagle launches, that pod launches. Because getting the pod into the scene is like the important part. This could be something too. Eagle 1 takes off. And then Hellpod comes past the screen. So many ideas. Trying to think. How long will I be streaming? I'm not sure. I think I might jump into play some Helldivers. Sometimes even just seeing like the animations that they have kind of helps make me feel inspired. Because I'm really trying to figure out how to shoot this. I thought I had a clear idea in my head, and this tends to happen just where like you get into the actual geometry of it and it's like, okay, what actually works though? Because I could see this working too, where it's like starting from here, pan down with Eagle 1. Because I also want to avoid doing like the same kind of shot. Because like the one you saw in the trailer, like right here, like that's a shot that I don't want to replicate. So I want to try and avoid that angle. It could also be like kind of a side-to-side situation where it's like doom and then brrr. But that feels less epic. I keep coming to back to this shot from the back, and maybe this is just it, is like, because I'm also trying to think what's an angle we haven't seen in the game. It has already been an hour. But like, so this is an angle we've never seen in the game. So like, if Eagle 1 takes off, which by the way, everybody wants an Eagle 1 with the Helldivers style shot now, thanks to the trailer. So that was kind of cool to see everybody's kind of hype around that. But if it pans down, we'll get the blocking of this out, because I think I'm coming to a bit of a conclusion. Something that's feeling like it might work, eh? On British. I don't know. But here, let's take a look at this. So let's change this rotation, because it's already supposed to be getting a little bit darker. Very, very hard shadows. Wonder how much more we can brighten that up. Where is the sun right now in relation? Looks like it's coming from all the way over there. Which is kind of neat. It's kind of a neat look. Ah, there's the sun. But I want it to fill in a little bit more. Yeah, because even pumping the indirect light doesn't do a whole lot. So I'll just crank up, not that much. That feels pretty decent. All right. So this is what I'm thinking. Is if it starts, we'll do our camera first. So if we're underneath the belly, maybe looking up slightly. Once again, just looking for an angle we haven't seen in the game. And again, we got to put our compositor glasses on. So if we go 96, so straight up 4 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. And then it's a pretty drastic pan down as the Hell pod launches. Yeah, I'm thinking this is the shot. Because it hits those components that I was just talking about, right? Like, we haven't seen this kind of shot before. So that's different. It's different. It's kind of cool. It helps the story. It's epic. It's got a lot of those components to it. Have you seen that shitpost animation of the 380 barrage? It has an angle of Super Destroyer at the end. I don't think so. Definitely send it probably in gaming chat in the Discord if you're in there. And I'll take a look. There's one animation, Helldivers animation, that is like hilarious. I don't know where it like came from or what the point of it was. I don't want to like, you know, jack up the stream. I'll play it back on mute. But it's just like the visuals are so funny. Yeah, it's just called Helldivers 2 animation teaser. And it's 25 seconds. It is incredibly high quality. Like, it's really well done. Also, if you haven't checked this out, this Helldivers full OST lo-fi piano mix, give that a listen. That is very relaxing. Like this. It's like, what is this? And it just said Liberated soon. That came out 4 months ago. So, like, granted, I can't say a whole lot because my thing isn't going to be out for a while, but, like, just, like, like, that animation right there, this right here is so good. It's got, like, the timing and everything is incredible. And then, like, there's this one. It's got just, like, this wonderful, it looks like a flip fluid, like, Blender sim. But, like, even still, it's just funny. It's so good. Exactly. What was the video called? It's just called Helldivers 2 animation teaser. It's 25 seconds long. It's so weird. And just, like, so good. I think what makes it weird is there's nothing that prepares you for it. So if you like, if you're like me and you're just looking online, seeing what other people have done, you know, like, I love to get inspiration and, like, you know, kind of see what other people are making. How can I make my thing different? I love looking for that kind of thing. And so, like, to come across that where it's just like Helldivers 2 animation teaser, it's like, oh, this is interesting. What's this about? And then it's like a Dance Dance Revolution style video against the bugs. It's like, what? Who thought of this? And can I meet them? They are my hero. Actually, no. EPG6 is my hero. I love EPG6. He is probably my favorite Helldivers content creator. EPG6 and Modin 31. I gotta give my boy Modin a shout out. There's another animation where the Helldivers react to the destruction of Meridia, and they dance to on the ship. Yeah, EPG6 is definitely more. I don't know. There's also a certain level of like, because I've been compared to like Astartes and that kind of jazz as well. I don't think I'm to that level. Like, I appreciate the compliment. But I think there's also just like, you know, everybody's kind of out here doing their own thing, doing something a little bit different, a little bit out there. EPG6 is like doing like basically like full on Helldivers cartoons, you know, like he's just straight up making like Saturday morning cartoons of the Helldivers. He's actually probably closer to Red versus Blue than I am, or like Halo follower. You know, his stuff with ODST versus a Helldiver, like that to me feels like what I know Red versus Blue as, and maybe I just don't know enough about Red versus Blue to to comment on that. But like I like the way that EPG6 is like I said, he's basically making Helldivers, you know, Saturday morning cartoons, and I love it. Okay, so Eagle One should definitely be farther by this point. And then out even further. I think she just needs to cover a ton of distance when she leaves the ship. I think having her curve back up is kind of the way to go, because I want to get her out of frame. So it's either that or we have her dive straight down. Which honestly probably makes more sense in the context of where she's needed, especially like gameplay wise. We'll get a general direction here. Modin 31, he's not an animator. He's just making some Helldivers content, but me and him are buddies. He put my channel on the map in the Titanfall community, not the Helldivers. because he was a pretty prominent Titanfall YouTuber for a while, and the first teaser trailer I put out, he was like, "Hey, go watch this. this is pretty cool." And so he teed that up for me, which I'm super thankful for. But I just kind of tried to do it for like all the small YouTubers I know. That's why even like one of the videos that played on before stream for a long time was just like, here are small YouTubers you should go subscribe to. I'm not convinced on this. Unless she stays in frame for longer. Maybe she comes across frame too. I don't mind this because basically by the time she's leaving, she is on her way out. I need to delete a bunch of these keyframes. It's getting too cluttered. It's also turning too drastically, but we're starting to get there. Figuring out this flight path. It is. It's starting to look pretty cool. I think what's getting lost now is like it's kind of hard to see where she is until she's already there. Which is kind of what I liked about the original where she was flying out. And I'm thinking as this all kind of starts to happen, I'm thinking the move is going to be have her kind of more come out the middle of the ship for the symmetry. I think probably go down. And then like once she's like kind of cleared of the ship, kind of like boosting away. Have a specific name of the lamp behind you. It's some stand-up lamp I got on Amazon. I used to have the box somewhere over here, but I don't see it. But they're pretty cool. I would definitely get more once I like am better situated. But like you can connect them on your phone and do a whole bunch of cool jazz like that. So like here. Then she would just She goes in an infinite direction. She hits that FTL fuel juice. And the white monster kicks in. I think that could use some cleanup, but I think that's the better blocking or something like that. You know, she gets down, gets a little bit of clearance, and then boom, and then one, and then hell pod straight right there. That eagle sweat. I saw Razor. I saw that before you deleted it. I see you just recommented it. That was funny. I looked over, I saw it, and then it did bloop. Hell pond variants. drills. Da, da, da. Here we go. Run, dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. All right. So this. Come out of this is the bridge. That can speed away, and then this can drop straight down. Like a bullet. And that the camera needs to pan down way further to continue to watch it. I do feel like the Hell Pod, it feels too small. And I don't think we have enough context for the ship to like say that like sounds bad, but like because that context isn't there, I think we can realistically make this way closer to camera and make it feel way cooler. Who said earlier that it was all about the coolness factor? We're underneath the ship. Like I don't think anybody would respectively know exactly where it's going to be. Y'all on stream will know, but anybody else? But we're at a 28 on the camera, okay. Where'd do be our camera? I can't quite tell. Hello, Mr. Camera. Ah, there's our camera. So I think this is the poop shoot divers. And then brrr. Maybe we delay this just a little bit. And maybe we take this location. And we have it, you know, curve out a little bit more. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe not go all the way over, but I think there's a nice in between here. We're like, and maybe everything can shift over just a little bit. Because it kind of feels like the end of the shot is too long. Know what I mean? That's starting to feel better. Now here's the other kicker, is like right here, like when you pause on the frame, it looks good, but we want to make sure we know that that's a hell pod dropping in front of us. So I think I'm just going to use this to slow it down. Maybe slow it down and go even wider on the camera, honestly. Let's go all the way to a 20. I'm doing the music that is in the in the scene at this point. That's feeling pretty good. I can honestly say I do like that. Again, just to play with the scale a little bit. Literally, I think the HellPod should honestly be like twice as big. Oh yeah. What is scale anyway? Again, this is way more about the cool than the accurate. They dropped them out of the same chute that Eagle One flies out of. Yes, all the trails and stuff that'll all be added. Maybe if you pan down from the engines first to anchor casual viewers. Yo, spaceships. What's up, Wasp? So I don't think that's as important here because this is in scene 8. So we've already kind of seen a lot of things in there. Yeah, and all the trails and stuff. Like I mentioned, like 90% of this is compositing. I will actually show you how much of these shots turned out to be compositing. I thought I was going to be able to get away with more in engine, but I really didn't. 90% of what you see in the film is composited. So, like, I think this is the shot of the... Yeah, so... You hear the hell pods coming down? When it's like, glory, glory, hallelujah. This was the original render. None of that is in the shot. It's literally just the hell pods here. Same thing with this. Like this one has a lot more of what's in the actual shot, but like all the flames and stuff are composited. There's just some lighting on here. And then same thing here with this one. Not 13. It's scene 14. Yep. And this is them coming out with Eagle One. So like, you know, all of this, everything was kind of taken out of the background. Complete sky replacement, complete like adding clouds and everything, adding all the effects to the pods, all that jazz. It was basically just cutting out what was there and compositing everything on top, which made for, I could just pull up that same shot as a VFX shot. That would be in the teaser, right? Here we go. VFX. And this was, oh shoot, these all got named differently. Let us die to make men free. They're also all out of order. Like, this is what the VFX, like, pre-color grade looked like. Yeah, so there was that shot. VLC kind of freaking out. I can't 100% find that one specifically, but there's just so much that ends up being replaced that just isn't there, you know? So that is just a part of how it goes. So it's the same thing here, is like everything except for like Eagle One and the helipod and the ship will be replaced to add the planet and everything in the composite. And then, like, you know, the helipod, we can just add a closed helipod and animation so that the flaps aren't open. But, I mean, that feels pretty good. We've done 2 shots. I think I'm going to jump in, maybe play a round of Helldivers, and then call the stream good. But yeah, so stay put. I'll be right back. And we'll play some Helldivers too. Yes, the eagle following the pods is pretty badass, if I do say so myself. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. PS5, you connected? It is. Woohoo. There you go. The Stallion of the Constitution right there. I've heard it's more likely that Eagle 1 doesn't deploy until the Super Destroyers enter low orbit, which is why Eagles aren't available when they leave. Ooh. That's a good point. Very good point. Yes, the gloom. Very spooky, very scary. Yo, we shouldn't be sleeping on the concussion rifle. Let me tell you. That thing is a lifesaver. I've been trying to figure out what to take into the gloom, and that's been the most effective to buy you a little bit of space.
You will be among the first to foray into the depths of the gloom. We know not what horrors lurk within.
Why is it set to level 6? I've been playing level 10.
Helldiver.
I jumped into a game earlier, so I wonder if that had to do with it.
Allied destroyer.
We'll see what these guys are up to.
Mission coordinates locked.
Concussion rifle was fun for me early on, but right now I'm too in love with the double scythe firearmor. I like the concussion rifle for clearing them out. I'm just kind of looking at what they don't have. What should I bring? I'll bring a wasp. They have a Gatling sentry, so maybe machine gun sentry, just so I can get it more often. And we'll go flexible reinforcement budget. That is super weird, Nick Gamer. Somebody said, yeah. My guy survived the whole mission. Oh, wait, did they? Oh, wait. Well, successful mission. I really pulled it out for that one. Easiest mission in the world right there. Hey Wasp, does this sound familiar? Showing up at the last second just to take all the credit? Good job, guys. That was a tough fight. That was a hard one, but we really pulled through there. Glad we all made it out of that one. You got me. You got me. Are you guys running anymore, or are you guys done?
Playing with ones, yeah. I'm gonna do Blitz one.
The freedom of the galaxy remains in jeopardy. Let us join the fight. A successful operation. Liberty rings true this time.
Oh yeah, Blitz will be good.
Hellpods prime. Engaging orbital thrusters. Allied destroyer has left destruction.
Sorry, me, buddy.
Orbit single.
Looks like it.
Hellpod launch initiated.
See, this is what we need to be making the Hellpod launches look like. It's a very high bar. Right here it's very bright though. I don't think I'll do them quite that bright. Oh, wonderful. Did I drop that? Oh. Goodness. Goodness. I reloaded that way too early. Oh, this is peak entertainment right here. Hey, I got him to kill a Bile Titan. Friendly fire. Come on. I don't know how to take those out, those big ones. Well. Yeah, no, the 10s are crazy right now. I gotta say, my guy better not have disconnected. He's all I got in this world. Who? I cannot tell what's going on anymore.
Requesting orbital.
Ah, that made me drop it too close. Goodness, these Last of Us bugs, man. Ah, there's a bug hole. Oh wait, I threw a grenade. I meant to throw an eagle. Oh well.
Tagging map. West, 100 meters.
You get out of here.
Reporting to the front.
Where is this guy? Oh my word.
Objective located. Southwest, 200 meters. Follow me! Affirmative!
Oh, there's the spore spewer.
Found something. Dropping a pin. South, 100 meters. Requesting air support. Follow me!
That's just
Found something.
a little love tap. I need to catch up to this guy. Alright, let's try getting in here. There are more crashes than the usual this patch. The big spite, like the last patch when the gloom bugs got introduced. Now I haven't experienced nearly as many crashes as some of the previous updates, honestly.
Landing in an eagle. Orbital inbound.
Come on.
Landing in an eagle.
Ooh, that gas.
Eat dead.
Goodness, this ain't going to plan, but that's the gloom for you.
Tagging map. South, 100 meters. Bug hive.
You have served democracy.
Requesting orbital.
Traction awaits.
Requesting air support. Orbital inbound. Requesting
There we go. That'll keep him busy.
requesting air support.
Incoming. Stand clear.
Landing in an eagle.
18 kills, not bad.
Liberty dispense. Objective located. Southeast.
5 minutes left. Liberty speed your step, Helldiver.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Tagging map.
Objective
East.
located.
200 meters.
I'll follow this guy just because he's the leader, but
Dropping a pin. South, 200 meters. Tagging
Requesting orbital.
200 meters.
where are you, J1? You keep running away.
Calling in orbital strike. Requesting tac pack.
Oh, he wants to hit the nest. Oh, is there ammo here? Yes, there is. Let's go.
Dropping a pin. South, 100 meters. Found something! Extraction is available.
Orbital inbound. Requesting air support.
Barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Landing in an eagle. Requesting orbital.
All right, buddy. We gotta get
Calling
going.
in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
I hear them. Where are they at?
Orbital inbound. Requesting air support. Reloading.
Where the heck is extract? That's not extract.
Tagging map. North, 300 meters.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Tagging map. Northwest. 200 meters.
If we don't hurry up, we're gonna get super deported.
Orbital inbound.
Requesting air support.
Goodness. Yeah, I don't know what that deal is gonna be with the billion samples or whatever we're supposed to get. Or it's a billion terminids, like 500,000 samples, right?
Bullseye spotted.
1 minute remains. Destroyer departure imminent.
Yep, yep. Oh, my leg's broken.
For Super Earth.
Requesting orbital strike.
Tagging location. Danger.
Calling in extraction.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Requesting orbital.
Requesting walker.
Calling down the support weapon. Bump tunnel breach.
Sending down support weapon.
Orbital inbound.
ETA minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Sending in an eagle.
Gonna get hairy in here.
New mag.
Objective located. Southeast. 50 meters.
And there goes all our stuff.
Throwing grenade.
No, what killed me? I don't even know. Let's see if they can get out of here. Suppose we'll watch and see. By the way, Plot, you're a solid player. Proud of you. Oh, thanks, bud. I try. Sometimes I do feel bad because I feel kind of aimless. I like playing with groups, but sometimes even then I feel bad. So what they got? 20 seconds. How's extract looking?
20 seconds.
Oh, this guy's holding it down. At least one guy's got to make it out alive, right? Whew. Whew. Did you hear that? For Liberty? They said the line. Hey, they both made it. Let's go.
You have maintained our way of life.
Good game, good game. Exactly, they do get player of the game. Oh, what's up, Lady Aries? Welcome to the stream. We're just playing a little bit of Helldivers before we wrap things up. I'm debating getting one more mission in. I kind of want to record a video for this weekend, so I think I might We'll see if they're done playing or not. If they're done, we'll get off. But if they're up for another one, we can do one more. Let's see. I do love the fact that he brought the hazmat gas armor and did the pull my finger remote. That's pretty good. He is committed to the bit. I didn't get the highest friendly fire damage, so. Good game, good game.
Alcubierre drive calibration complete.
Helldiver. Stomp any bugs lately?
Indeed, it has been fun. Have a good one. Alright.
Destroyer has left squadron.
He's out of here. And I think now I'm going to be out of here as well. So thank you so much for hanging out with me on. Oh my goodness, I just whacked myself in the face with my headphones. But thank you for hanging out with me for the stream. We got some animation done, played some Helldivers, and got lots more to do. But everything's looking fantastic, coming along really, really well. The animation team's doing an amazing job, and we'll be able to continue to pump out more and get this film done. So it's super exciting. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in becoming a member to support the channel, feel free to do so. It's just that quick join button. But if not, hey, I'm just happy to have you here as a viewer. So until next time, next Thursday, we'll be seeing you. I'll try to put out a video this weekend. We'll see. But hey, we're just out here doing our thing. All right, that's it. Have a good night.